Hello everyone, welcome to your first class of IP. I know many of you have still not decided whether to take IP or whether to take PE, but I will say that your decision should be depending upon the careers that you are trying to pursue or thinking to pursue, and second thing, your interest. Your interest holds a very important part, because if you are interested in something, you will like to do it, you will like to learn about it. So please take your decisions on the basis of your interests and the career that you are deciding to pursue. Now when I am talking about IP, first thing is that we will start from the starting. Taking IP in class 11 shows that from any perspective you are keenly interested in computers, and second thing, that you are trying to have a career or build something in the field of computers. For this thing, it's necessary that we move on, we start from the basics. If you talk about today's topic, you must have heard about it, you must have learnt it n number of times in your entire studies from class 1 to class 10th. Means when you go to class 1, we start with the same thing: input and output devices, organization of a computer, components of computers. Today again I am coming with the same topic, that is basic organization of a computer, but this time it will be a bit different. Now when you were in class 1, we talked about computer is that it is a combination, it's a computing device, it calculates. But today the things that we are going to see is, they are much different from what you have seen and learnt in earlier phases. First of all, for starting, I will just introduce to you what is a computer. What is a computer? Is it just a calculator? No, it's not a calculator. It is not used for mathematical calculations. A computer is a machine, is a component that is having immense capabilities and possibilities. It's not just calculating numbers and giving you answers. It is a versatile machine that is having capability to entertain you, to give judgment even, to decide even, to give answers on the basis of some studies. So how a computer is doing so many things? Let's see. So this is a basic organization of a computer system. It has any system. When I talk about a system, any system, like there are many systems that you must have seen, like the solar system, like you have seen the evaporation system, the water cycle. These systems, they have one thing in common. They will have one input, it will be processed, and it will give some output, a result. This particular working is known as a system. Here also we are seeing that computer system is having input, processing, and output. You will give an input, it will be processed, and it will give a output. This is basic thing that makes it a system. Now when I am talking about a computer system, it is having three components, basic components: the input unit, the processing unit that we are known as CPU, and the output unit. What happens? We give input to the computer with the help of some input devices. Now when I come with the starting, let's think about something, that computer is a machine. I have always said that computer is something that cannot understand, that is having no intelligence. It is just calculating numbers. It cannot understand what you are trying to say. Then how does computer do whatever we want? It is just because of the conversions that are made inside. See, like if I give you example of a fan. A fan is also a machine and non-living. A computer is also a machine and non-living. Then why can't the fan is working as A computer, why it is not understanding that when I want it to be at a faster speed or at a slower speed. The difference comes in encoding. I give inputs to the computer in my understandable form with the help of different kinds of devices. What are those input devices? Like the scanners, keyboards, mouse. These all provide input in the form that I like. Then there is an intermediary system, software, your operating system, that converts it into the form of the machine, and then the machine processes it in the form it likes, and then again the operating system converts it to the form that I like. Did you understand this? So this cycle, a computer is not combination of just machine. It's a combination of hardware and software. So first of all, I am talking about the hardware. The hardware, the machine of the computer. So this input devices, I have told you names of multiple input devices. I don't think so that you need, right at this point I need to explain what are the different kinds of input devices. Then CPU. This CPU consists of three parts: ALU, CU and registers. I am going to talk in detail about these. And then this is a bus. Now what is a bus? You all must have heard about bus. Bus we all use also. Why do we use bus? To transport people, to transport goods. Similarly, this bus is used to transport information around the system. This is the basic central, as you can see, this, that's why I have drawn it thick. This is the central part that is connecting all the bodies for connection. How many have seen an open CPU? Do you think the computer look like this? No, these are different components. When you open, everything else, everything except these input and output devices goes inside the CPU. So when I am talking about the CPU, have you seen a thick, broad wire having number of small wires within? That is known as the bus. And it is thick because it contains number of wires, each representing a bit. You should understand that data in a computer is not in the form that we send. It's not in form of A, B, C, D or 1, 2, 3. It is only in one form, that is binary form, 0 and 1 form. And to carry those bits, we have these wires. So when I am talking about these input and output devices, these input devices carry data to CPU. CPU processes it, sends it to the output device, and CPU only through the bus sends it to the memory or the secondary storage. So let's discuss the components. Input unit I have told you. CPU consists of ALU, CU and registers. What is ALU? ALU stands for arithmetical and logical unit. Now what is this arithmetical and logical unit? Arithmetical and logical unit signifies all the mathematical and decision making. Logic means decision making operations that are to be performed are responsibility of this ALU. How? This we will be discussing later. Control unit. Now, what is the work of control unit? This control unit, as we know, computer is not one single device. It is a combination of multiple devices, number of devices working together. Let's take a very small example. Like a video of a movie is playing on the monitor and sound is coming from the speaker. If monitor and speaker are not coordinated, that means picture is going somewhere and the sound is going somewhere else, what will happen? Will you be able to understand what's going on? It's not possible. There's some coordination needed between different input and output devices. So what is happening is the CU is control unit is controlling the different kinds of devices and making it work as one unit. What are these registers? Basically, I should say all the processing of data is basically done in these registers. Whatever input goes to the computer, it goes to these registers where these values are saved for actual processing. memory and its working we'll be discussing in detail, but right now just understand this, that these registers are basically used for converting these data into a binary form, and then it is given to CU or ALU for further operations. This is the basic place where the processing will go on. It will not go in RAM, ROM, or you should say secondary memory. Then talking about the output devices, different output devices will be like monitor, then printers. Wherever you are going to see the results of whatever you have done will be coming as an output device. Graph plotters, there are many different kinds, speakers, all will go inside the category of output devices. Memory. Now memory is, when I talk about this memory, you should say this is the main memory. This is the main memory, or I should say the temporary memory, or primary memory. What are the characteristics of this kind of memory? That this memory is volatile in nature. Now what does the term volatile mean? Volatile means that the data will vanish as soon as you switch off the power, the current. This data will go out. It will be erased. You will find nothing. So this is the main memory. Second one, the storage. The storage is the secondary memory, or you can say permanent memory. This memory is used for your permanent storage. This memory will be there and go on. It will save the data entirely for the time you don't delete it. So this is the basic introduction of a computer system. Soon we will be discussing about different components in detail. Thank you.